Can we talk a little bit about the digital phenotyping? What does that term mean, and why is it important for understanding children's emotional patterns?
So digital phenotyping sounds a little technical, but the concept is pretty intuitive once you think about it. So in medicine, phenotype refers to the observable characteristics of a person, what we can measure and see. And traditionally, a doctor, I would assess phenotype through clinic visits, right? We observe a child, parents tell us what's been happening. Sometimes we do rating scales or questionnaires as well, right? But these are all snapshots, right, in a specific moment in the child's life. And they rely very heavily on memory and subjective reporting from parents, right? A parent is going to have to remember, oh, yeah, what did my kid look like last week after they had that meltdown, that really big one that prompted this visit in the first place? You're really relying on memory there. So in Maxis, we're using something called digital phenotyping to characterize a child's phenotype continuously, passively, and in their natural environment through data from wearable sensors and also from parent assessments in that moment. So we are trying to create almost a digital phenotype of regulation capacity. What we really want to help children do is learn to self-regulate. And we want to help parents understand, how do I help my child learn to self-regulate? So what we're trying to figure out and what we're collecting are the data that we need to understand that regulation capacity, to have that digital phenotype. So we're trying to understand, what does a child's baseline physiological state look like on a typical day? How rapidly do they escalate, and how quickly do they recover? How well are they sleeping? How does food or water intake affect their behavior, right? And this is very fundamentally different from a 50-minute office visit once a month, because we're getting rich, longitudinal, and very, very objective data that we couldn't be able to obtain any other way. And for parents, that means you're not relying just on your memory anymore of what happened.
Which for some of us is very important.